Hello, family and friends.
Hello, everyone.
Well, we are in Fethiye, Turkey today. We are right here on the Turkish turquoise coast.
And we have an apartment here, so it's very nice with the kitchen and a patio. And
Yeah.
we're currently sitting in our patio. It's a beautiful day.
And Trun made breakfast today for us. I was excited about that.
Yes.
We're about, how close are we to the water?
Oh,
The Mediterranean Sea?
it's literally across the street. So how far is that?
200 meters, 200 yards. I'm sorry, I'm so used to saying meters over here, not yards, but about 200 yards or so.
Yeah, so before we left Tirana, Albania, what did we do?
Something very exciting. We both got haircuts in Tirana.
Yes.
It had been 3 months for me.
Yes,
And I was looking.
well, longer than that for me. So we had asked the receptionist at our hotel to make an appointment for each of us, and they happened to get an appointment on the same day at the same time. So we each went to our own appointment, and
Within 10 minutes for me.
yeah,
And
my haircut didn't take long either. But
how much did we pay for those haircuts?
well, the Albanian currency is the lek, and 100 lek is equivalent to €1. That's what people keep telling us, but then we still have to do the math to figure out from euro to US dollar. But we found out you can actually pay for things in Albania either with the Albanian lek or with euros. So Scott's haircut was
$9 with tip, including tip.
yeah, and mine was $18 including tips. So
And when I went to the appointment, it was directly across the street from the hotel.
so was mine. My hair salon was
Yeah.
across the street from the hotel. So
And
easy peasy.
my barber did not speak one word of English. I kid you not.
Neither did my hairdresser.
So
But
everything was by sign language.
sign language. Yeah.
And things were going pretty smoothly for me until the barber reached down into a cupboard and it looked like a jar of honey. And he very quickly took like a spatula and slapped some of that honey, I thought, into each ear. And it was very hot. And after he did it, he asked me, "Is that okay?" Of course, it was too late by that time, but it was wax. And I realized that once that hardens, that's got to come off. And when he pulled it off, he was not gentle. It hurt like heck.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to be gentle. You want it to be quickly. You know. You just.
Anyway, so that's what boring lives we have.
Yeah.
We were excited for our haircuts,
Things
but
that you have to do
yeah,
while you're traveling. And then we left Tirana. We traveled to Turkey. We flew into Izmir in western Turkey, which is the third largest city in Turkey, and picked up the rental car. We were both blown away with how large and modern the Izmir airport was, right, Scott?
Yeah, I'd never heard of Izmir before, and I just assumed that Istanbul, Turkey, the airport there was going to be the biggest one, but this thing was huge.
This was large. You could easily
And kind of almost
get lost
empty.
in there.
It was
Yeah,
empty
it was
too.
pretty
Yeah.
empty, yeah. I don't know if it was our arrival time or what, but very large airport. So far, we're loving Turkey. The people here have been super friendly, very helpful, very welcoming. So we've read that, but we're actually experience it, and it's just so nice, right?
It is. So our first stop in Turkey was a small town of Selçuk, where we stayed for 3 nights. And we specifically went to Selçuk to explore the ancient ruins of Ephesus and the Temple of Artemis. And those are the 7th wonder of the ancient world, and rightfully so. And also St. John's Cathedral, which was just around the block from our hotel.
Yeah, it's like a 5-minute walk.
Right, St. John,
up the hill.
the Apostle John, who was one of Jesus' favorite apostles. He lived in Ephesus and died actually in Ephesus after he left Jerusalem. And then also the Iasukal Castle, which is there, which is an ancient Greek castle from 2000 or 1,000 years BC. And also learned that according to the Turkish government, Turkey's population is 99% Muslim. And that's relevant for Tran because it's going to be very difficult for her to find too many churches in this country.
Yeah, so that's going to be a challenge.
Those of you who are kind of burned out on churches, you're in luck in Turkey.
Well, we loved our stay in the hotel in Selçuk. The staff really treated us like family. I mean, we would go out in the morning, doing out sightseeing, come back in the afternoon, and they'll have fresh fruit, just welcoming us back. And oh my goodness, the hotel breakfast was like a small feast, and we had a table just for us. It was just this huge spread with all these multiple small plates. There was like 20 of them, right?
Yeah.
And every breakfast was the same, except they would ask you if you wanted eggs, and then so they'll bring out extra food. But what's on the table is like
we couldn't eat half of it.
Yeah.
And I felt
olives,
so guilty.
Fresh fruit, vegetables like cucumber, tomatoes, and then they have all these fruit compotes, and then bread, just multiple things, but very, very delicious and beautiful to look at too.
And we look forward to breakfast every morning.
Yep.
So then we drove, after Selçuk, after 3 days, we drove to the village of Pamukkale for the sole purpose of exploring the unique travertine terraces. They're known as Cotton Castle. And I made a video on that, so you'll be able to see it. It almost looks like a blanket of snow, but it was formed by the natural process of calcite-rich water flowing from hot springs deep below the ground, and then they flow down the hill, forming the snow white terraces. But it was very interesting.
Very interesting.
You have to take your shoes off.
Yeah, you cannot walk on the surface.
And it is like walking on shards of rock. You are, and I will never do that again, ever in my life. And I didn't know we had to take our shoes off, but anyway.
We did, but it was just carrying the shoes around and then having to. Probably never again.
Yeah.
It's correct.
So we'll make a video on that too.
We've just arrived yesterday in, where are we?
We're in Fethiye.
Fethiye.
I just said that.
Yes, our first city on the famous turquoise Riviera, right?
Yep.
We'll be spending 4 nights here. In
a very nice apartment. One-bedroom apartment.
And then we're heading further along the turquoise coast to Antalya.
Antalya,
yeah.
Yeah. And then after Antalya, then we'll turn in the rent car in Antalya, and then we'll fly to the middle of the country, to the region of Cappadocia, to the small village of Gorm, and we'll tell you about that later. That's going to be very interesting. Cappadocia region is just a photographer's dream. So very interesting area, known for its unique landscapes. We're also excited about our hotel in Gorm.
Very unique.
It's a cave hotel, and it's based on the underground cities that were built by the early Christians in the Cappadocia area during the Byzantine area, who were persecuted for their faith. The city's inhabitants used the network of caves to protect themselves from the Muslim Arabs during the Arab-Byzantine Wars between 780 in 11 AD. So they lived underground just to protect themselves.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
really looking forward to that.
This is going to be a splurge. We're really splurging. It's going to be very, very
It's
expensive.
Expensive, yeah.
But hey, why not, right? Because
Yeah.
we deserve it, right? And so that's going to be a lot of fun. And then after Cappadocia for 4 days, and we head to Istanbul for a week.
Mhm.
But so until then, we will keep following the sun. Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
everyone.
Hello from Fethiye, Turkey. We just arrived here yesterday. We're on the Turkish turquoise Riviera, they call it. And we'll be here for 4 days. We have a very nice apartment. We're right here on the sea promenade. And there is a really nice monument behind us. Apparently it says to victims who never could live their life. I guess apparently people who were victims of violence and died as a result of that. But we're going to walk down the promenade here. We're just across the street from our apartment, and it's beautiful weather. It's probably upper 70s, and it's about 11 o'clock in the morning right now. But let's take a little stroll along the seaside promenade. There's some nice boats out there. And beautiful boats. And I see a beautiful lady over here in green. I wonder if I can talk to her and see if she'll have dinner with me tonight. Young lady in green, will you have dinner with me tonight? And not tell my wife?
Are you paying?
I'm paying.
Okay. What are we eating?
I don't fish, I guess.
Okay.
We're by the sea.
Okay. Sounds wonderful.
Should we walk some more, or is that
Yeah, up here.
up here? Okay.